Hello everybody, in this section we'll be going into how to outsource your work with Unity and where you can find qualified people to do the dirty work for you, because when it comes to everything, if you're not a programmer, you gotta find somebody who's gonna do all the stuff you're not willing to do or you just don't know how to. The best reason for you to find somebody to do the work for you is you want to save time, and time is money. So let's get into it and look at a few places where you can go and find virtual workers who are going to do everything for you for a low price. The first place that I like to look for workers to do the work for me is Upwork.com. Upwork.com is the best place to find qualified people to do the work for you. So the first thing I did, I typed in Unity in the search engine, and there was a bunch of different people who are coming right up. There is different kind of prices that they give you. For example, this particular person did 135 hours of work. His pay rate is 16 to 20 bucks an hour. It says the qualifications of this person, what he can do. Unity is what I'm looking actually for. And there is another person right here, this one right there. He charges 20 bucks an hour. He actually has a success rate, which is 86%. This is more what you want to look for. You want to look for somebody who actually succeeded in the job he tried versus people who didn't or don't have any job experience or qualification. This is why I do like Upwork. You can find people who actually did the job and they did it for a good amount of price as well. What I like to look for is people who completed the job 100%. Here is somebody who completed 97%. His rate is from 3 cents an hour. I don't know why it's so cheap, to all the way to 40 bucks per hour. He did 15,000 hours, which is really a lot of hours. And he's experienced in almost everything here: iPhone, iPad, Android, PC, Mac, just about anything for that matter. So what you want to do is to find people who are experienced with 100% job success rate, who completed the work, they did a lot of hours, they're qualified to do just about anything. But the big thing that you have to do is don't be too much fooled about trying to get the cheapest amount of price here. That's not that important. You want to make money in the long term. So the key is to pay them good amount for them to do the work and to actually complete it. It's more important for them to complete the work and give you quality product in the end, versus find somebody who's going to do it on the cheap, might actually not give you the work that you want, and then you have to go about, lose money, and go and find someone else to do it. And that's one of the things about Upwork. You can find people who are qualified and who are within your base rate. So you can find the base rate you want. Here is any hourly rate that you actually want. You can get and find people for 10 bucks an hour or less. Those are not going to be quality people. I don't suggest for you to go that cheap for the work that you want to be done, especially when it comes to video games. At least 10 to 30 bucks an hour is going to give you somebody who is going to do some quality work for you. So after you do this, just make sure whoever you're finding has enough of hours experience to go by. I suggest at least 1,000 hours of experience, and his rate of job completion, 93% is really unacceptable to me. I want 100%. That is exactly what I'm looking for. And portfolio samples, you want to check what kind of stuff they actually did. Don't just go about and find somebody. You want to look at his work. You want to take a look at the work that he did and then compare, like, is this something that you want him to do for you? And if the answer is yes, then yeah, you should hire him. So check out some of the work this person actually did, how long it actually takes him to do it. Here he did like 5 hours of work. Here he did pretty long work here, 823 hours of work. So he won a humongous amount of pay here. So you gotta check them out. And it's like, I don't suggest for you to just hire one person initially. I suggest for you to go and contact a bunch of people. Find like 10 people you actually really would like them to create something for you. Contact every single one of them, give them the description of what they have to do, and after they take a look at the work, not everyone is gonna actually write you something back. Some people may not like the amount of money that you are giving them for the job to be complete. So you'll eventually have a few choices to go about. You pick the ones that you like the most to actually work with. It gives you the most perspective in the end, and those are exactly the kind of freelancers you want them to do the work for you, because eventually you might actually hire them again. What you really want to do is find somebody who's going to do the work, give them a very small assignment. Remember, initially you want to test them out. You don't want to give them the whole assignment out, because then what if they mess up? What if you don't like them? You might as well just pay them on your risk $20 for the first assignment, just to test them out, just to see how good they are. And then if they give you the quality of work that you want, go in and hire them for the rest of the assignment. In fact, it's much better for you to spread it out, spread the $20 within 3 people who are the best possible choices for you for this particular app that you want to make for the App Store, because eventually this app, if you do the right job with it and you create it really good, you make a humongous amount of cash in return. So it is a small investment for something that's going to pay for itself 10 times over when the product is finally finished. Another place where you can go if you don't like Upwork, you want to actually meet people in person, you have to go to Craigslist. You want to put an ad in and you're asking people who are Unity programmers and contacting a bunch of them face to face and talking to them. This might take a little more time versus the ones you get virtually. In fact, the local people might actually charge you way more than the people on Upwork, because Upwork, you're competing nationally and internationally. So everybody here is about getting the job done at the best possible price. Versus local, you might get lucky. Well, some people who don't have a job will take about any kind of work, versus there might other people who are not gonna take any job unless it pays them the amount that they want. So you have to be a little different with trying Craigslist. But Craigslist, yes, eventually, if you do are able to find somebody who can do it, he will be much cheaper than Upwork, because if they don't have a job to begin with, any money is good money. But of course, the competition to get the best kind of quality people with references, the only place that you can find something like this is definitely Upwork. So when it comes to Craigslist and Upwork, I suggest Upwork, because Upwork has references. You can compete internationally here. You can message a bunch of different people all over the world internationally, and you can get the best possible prices as well. So when it comes between both of those, when you want to outsource your work, Upwork is the #1 place for you to do this at.